Hey everybody, a really quick snippet. It's Thursday, February 23, 2022, and Philly and I are Zooming right now, but I've had issues. Remember I told you how my computer crashed? And it has to do with the battery thing. We have this big, weighs 10 pounds and all our plugs are plugged into it, and I don't know, a big surge protector or something. Anyway, it keeps beeping, not beeping, it started doing it for the third time a few minutes ago, and Phyllis's dog started barking like crazy. I knew the dog could hear it. So we had to disconnect our Zoom. So she's getting Roger out of bed and taking her dog outside, and I went downstairs to open a box that came for me today, and I have to show you what it is. I think it is the prettiest piece of fabric I have ever seen. And this is from Peggy. If y'all don't know Peggy, Peggy Sagers, S-A-G-E-R-S. Peggy Sagers owns Silhouette Patterns in Dallas, Texas. She has a fabric store down there that's only open on Saturday, which is why I've never been to it. But she shows fabric up close and personal to the camera now, so you can see it better, and you can see her feel it and hold it and turn it in the back and the front and tell you what it's made of. I saw a piece the other day that I thought was so cool because I love polka dots. Look at this piece of fabric. Now, just seeing it wrapped on the bolt, it did nothing for me. Nothing at all. But when she unfurled it and she held it up, and this piece was there also. Now, I'm not really an orange person, but if it's a bright orange, I can do it. But look at this. It's a perfect match. So this will be the bottom. This will be a top of some sort. But look at these polka dots. Turquoise, my favorite color. Polka dots, I love. Flowers, I love. Border fabrics, I love. So I don't know how I'll do this. I don't know if I'll do it up and down, or if I'll do it like that. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Maybe like this. Philly's right now working on a border print. Right now. Beautiful red and black. I bet I'll do it like this. So it like narrows your front. It makes you look skinnier than you are. Oh, so pretty. So, Silhouette Patterns. I got a white knit too, but you know, nobody needs to look at white knit. So, Silhouette Patterns, if you're interested, she may still have some. This is like a panorama. Stretchy this way, thick. Nice pair of pants. Or, it'd make a nice dress too. I don't think I'd make a skirt out of it. I think it'd be a little heavy. But this is definitely a top. Fun fabric. The only thing I don't like about ordering from her is you have to order full yards, and I don't really like that. And here's my butterfly from yesterday. Did you know I worked on him some more? I did. I added some more stripes and a different body, and he's done. I gotta go. I gotta resume Philly. Are you excited? I got my new boat quilt done. Has some mistakes. I'm not going to show them to you. Hopefully you won't see them if I don't point everything out to you. And Philly and I had our Zoom sewing down Thursday, and I made another outfit. The same pants as the first week, and I loved them. The Sage, the Style Arc Sage pant. I think I've already put the pattern away. And then this top is the Hot Patterns. I love this pattern. And I have it all, you know, fixed to fit me. So I just whipped it up and made another pair of pants. So I have two new outfits. So I'm so excited. And so, Philly has a Solaris. And I have a Solaris. Because when I bought a Solaris, she had to have a Solaris. So we both had to have one. And neither one of us ever uses it. So I said, Thursday, when we were sewing, I said, I have an idea. I said, next week, let's do embroidery on our Solaris. And she said, oh, no, I don't want to do that. And so she texted me this morning and she said, I've decided you're right. We need to do that, use our Solaris and do some embroidery. So I'm going to cut out a top of some t-shirt pattern, maybe my ABB tee, to embroider on. Although remember, when I do that, I always cut the top out bigger, all the way around. I don't know if the hem matters, but you know the embroidery is going to suck it in just a tad. So I cut it out almost right, but a little bit bigger, and then I embroider it. Then I put the pattern back down on it. After the embroidery is all done, pre-wash the fabric, of course, and then I cut the pattern out exactly on the right lines. And then I put the back on and the sleeves on if they're already, and I have a brand top, just like this. I'm going to tell you something. This fabric, I love to wear it. I love the feel of it. But I'll tell you what, the sewing machine does not like sewing on it. You can, if you go slowly and carefully, you can get it to sew without skip stitches. But if you're sewing on the diagonal, I changed my text sound to be a quacking duck. It's driving Jerry crazy. A quacking duck. He said, why do you change it to a donkey? Hee-haw, hee-haw. I never could hear it. It had a little tune. I never could hear it. And every time this duck quacks, it makes me laugh, and I hear it. So I'm so excited. Jerry said, we are not going anywhere till you change that duck. All right, I just wanted to say hi, show you my boat. How do you like the ocean? Isn't it yummy? Jerry said, why did you make waves on the sand? Well, because the ocean comes up onto the sand. So I figured it would look the same on the sand. I did change the thread down there to beige. So I used blues here and beiges on the sand. I doubt you can see the sand. And the boat, my friend Jeffrey helped me with. Oh, I love that guy, I tell you. I love what a good teacher he is and how much he understands about the software I have for my long arm machine. And he's so willing to have, not just me. There's a whole bunch. When I first met him and he was trying to tell me about himself, I'm like, you know, how do I know if you're an axe murderer or what? And he said, women love me, Joy. And it's true. Women do, including this one. Okay, his name's Jeffrey. He's a Quilt Path software teacher, and he lives in California. And if you have that software, if you have Quilt Path, if you have any kind of software, you can find him on the Quilt Path group on Facebook. Okay? That's all I know about him so far. I'm gonna let you go. I've got to... This is Sherry. Sherry that makes the dresses for the little girls. I sent her some fabric and some laces, and look what she's made so far. Look. Cute, cute, cute. She said, these blue flowers are absolutely gorgeous. And I said, oh my gosh, what did I make with those? And I had to go downstairs and look through my closet to remember what I made. I made a dress with a little bow right here. Viv and I were doing a summer dresses or summer clothes or summer something. So, oh, Sherry just makes the cutest clothes. All right, this is just a little snippet, so I gotta go. I'm gonna do a quick Sunday snippet. Went to church this morning, online, and then we did Shine. And I have to tell my Shine people, oh my goodness, if I don't take my Benadryl and my cough syrup before I do Shine, like 30 minutes before, I just sniff and sniff and sniff and sneeze. So I put a little apology in there. I hope my Shine people see it, because I'm not doing it now because the pill, I take Benadryl, and the Benadryl finally decided to work. So I wanted to redo it, but it just takes so long to redo it. So If any of you watched it, I've had women say, you have a tick. I don't have a tick. I just keep on sniffing because my nose wants to keep on running. And I usually have a box of tissue, fingertips away, from everywhere I am in my house. I open a case of Kleenex every week. A case, 8 boxes. Yes, so pardon my sniff, sniff, sniff and shine this morning. I was so embarrassed when I was editing it. I said, good heavens, it looks like I'm going through drug withdrawal or something, which I actually probably was. So here's, what are you wearing? That's a strange shirt. Here's the deal. I think I told you yesterday. I forget what I tell you from one day to the next. But Philly and I have a Solaris. I think I told you this. And neither one of us ever uses it. So I said this week, every Thursday we're doing our Zoom. And we're just having a blast. I made 2 whole outfits on Zoom. And Philly has made a pair of, did she make pants the first week? I think she made pants the first week, and the second week she made this beautiful top. I hope she'll send me a picture of it with her in it. I'll have to ask her, please send me, so y'all can see what we're doing on our Zoom days. So I said last Thursday, this just past Thursday, I said next Thursday, let's fire up our Solarises and embroider something. So I decided to do a test yesterday. So I didn't have any projects in the works. I mean, other than the 200 I do have in the works. But I'm supposed to be quilting a kitty cat quilt. So I decided to do a test. And thank goodness I did, because, oh, the hooping of it. My spray, I have this spray 505, and I don't know if it's clogged up or what, but instead of spraying a nice cloud of spray, it sprays like a stream of water, and it just goes on like this worm. It was just a horrible mess. I had it on my hands and had it on the counter. And, oh, what a mess. And so then I hooped it, and I don't know if you can tell by looking at this, but this chicken fits fine inside this 8x8 hoop. I had it centered perfectly, and every time I went to embroider it, the embroidery machine said, you need a bigger hoop, you need a bigger hoop, and I did not need a bigger hoop. So I worked with that. So I always like to do a test before I do something really nice on that embroidery machine. So thank goodness I did. Philly told me that she had read about the Luminaire, that update number 2 has some kind of an issue with it saying your hoop isn't big enough when your hoop really is. So I think I'll look that up and see if I can find out what the cure is for that. So this is the C. Johnson, Christine Johnson takeaway dress. I have now made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Probably more than that, and forgot to put the picture. I got to be sure and put a piece of this fabric down. So I like this very much, and obviously this could be a dress. If it was just, you know, 8 inches longer, it would be a dress. But I cut it off to be a blouse. And somebody said, you need to make your tops longer to cover up your crotch. Well, I don't know what the issue is with my crotch. I know my pants, my knit pants, they're kind of full because I don't want them tight on my thighs. And so they kind of, depending on how I stand, it makes all kinds of wrinkles. But people, that's not me. That's the pants. So I like to have my top shorter because I like to have a little bit of round back here showing. So it looks like I sort of have a butt. You know, you can't tell, it just goes straight up from there. I like all different lengths of tops. So if you have an issue with my shorter tops, please just turn me off, cover me up, put some scotch tape, put some masking tape down there, do something. But I like that length of blouse, and I'm going to keep making it. So the lady said, and she said it very, 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 very nicely. Anyway, I'm not even going to tell you what she said because I know she meant well. And thank you for the comments. I like people to give me advice. I do. Oh, a whole bunch of you have given me advice about my hair. And thank you, thank you, thank you. You're 100% correct. I don't need to have dark hair when I'm an old lady. And I might go a little bit darker than this. But no way am I going to go back to dark brown like when I was a kid. So thank you. Thank you for that. I don't know. My sister will just have to be dark brown and let me be light brown because I believe you. So you want to see my duck? This is it. I got it from Embroidery Library. It says, I'm no longer a spring chicken. I'm a seasoned hen. And you can see I changed her jewelry to turquoise. Of course, you know, I don't like to get too close to the camera. But I changed her jewelry to turquoise. And I think she's just darling. But that's not what we're going to do Thursday, so stay tuned. And I'll show you what Philly and I do on Thursday. Because we're both going to embroider the same design on a t-shirt. And we're going to make the t-shirt. So, we are having so much fun doing that. The day goes by that fast. All right, that's my hello for Sunday. And this is my goodbye. Should I turn that off? Hold on. But hey, Merry Marvelous Magnificent Monday has arrived again. And so here's the deal, Neil. I made those two new outfits, and then I made my embroidery design with the hen, not the duck. And I love them. I love all of it. And here's the deal. I needed a thing to put some scraps in. I started to throw these away. Well, these are scraps that already have the heat and bond light on the back of them. And there's, you know, lots left for beaks and ears and beads and, you know, little things. So I had to just throw them away. So I bought these boxes last week. I bought 3 of them. They're like 13 by 13. And I bought them to put my leftover layer cakes in. But I was just looking a minute ago for something to put these in, and I thought, well, it'll work for now. So I'm here at my Scan and Cut, and I'm going to make a sign to rub off on here somewhere that says leftover fused fabrics. So I'm going to turn my machine on, and then of course here's one that the paper's still on the back of it. I don't know what that's about, but I'll just put it in here too. And then here's some leftovers from my new boat quilt. We'll put that over there with the blues. And I'm going to make up some words. Now, you know there's different kinds of vinyl. There's HTV. That's Harry, Tom, Valerie. HTV vinyl, which means heat transfer. So that ought to be a clue that it's to iron on something, and the heat makes it stay. All right, well, you don't want to iron plastic boxes, obviously, with a hot iron. So there is another kind of vinyl. I'm not even sure what it's called, but I'll show you in a minute. And you rub it on. You just take one of these things and you just rub, and then the letters come off. And so in that case, you cut the letters out in just normal. You don't have to reverse them. So, which kind of vinyl would that be? Removable vinyl? Yeah. We're going to call it removable. Removable vinyl. See? My letters. This is what I'm getting ready to make. And I wish I had some more of these boxes. These are really nice. I think I actually do have another one of these. I may go, it's a colored one though. It's like this, it's a colored one. But I think I'll go get it because it'll fit here better. So what I do is I make myself notes for the different kinds of vinyl. Let's see what it says. place right side up. Usually you place it right side down. This kind. Well, I don't even have, Joy, this isn't heat transfer. Never mind. Play like I have heat transfer vinyl on this, okay? Place right side up. Half cup pressure too. Weed before putting the tape on the top of it. Put the tape on it and lift. Apply to surface. So see, there's my easy, understandable directions. So, the next thing you have to do is figure out what color you want. And I think green will just be delightful. Oh, actually, all the others are black. So I guess I should stick with tradition. Or I could say, oh, remember, Joy, it's the green one. Look for the green one. So get black. Now here's my black. You can see it has been used before. And this is called Cricut. You can use Cricut stuff on your Scan and Cut. Okay? And you can use Scan and Scut on your Cricut. And I think there's another one called Silhouette. So look what it says. Cricut removable. Removable. Amovable. That must be Spanish. Okay, so we're going to put this down here, right side up, and we are going to write some letters. This says removable vinyl. I am going to call this, what am I going to call it? Backed scraps. Scraps with, what do you call that stuff? You iron it on. What's it called? It's called Steam-A-Seam 2, and it's called Heat and Bond. But what is its, I mean, if it didn't have those two brand names, what would it be called? What would it be called? Does anybody know? I darn sure don't. I'll figure out something. I'll be back. So I found the proper box. It's blue, but it will do. So I'm going to save these for leftover layer cakes. That's what I'm going to do. So dump those out. And I figured out what to call it. I'm calling it fused fabric scraps. Fused. So, you know, what else would they be fused with? Alright, we're finished cutting. We're going to kick it out. So this is what we've got. This is the pressure kind. So what you do is you weed it first, which means you take off all the part you don't want. So let's do that. Let's see if I can do that easily. No, I can't. First you take the whole thing off, okay? Then you put your mat. What mat did you use? Well, I used the purple mat, and I write on my mats what they're for. So this is for vinyl, and so that's what I used. And then, you know, I have this hook. I put this command hook over here to hold all of my mats. So what you do now is you don't wreck the entire piece. You could have cut a box around this if you wanted to, but I figure I can cut a box. See there? Box has been cut. You can see the middle of the A has fallen off by itself. So I've got to get all the rest of the black off around the letters. So we're going to see if it will. Sometimes it works easily. Sometimes you gotta chew nails. Because then you won't think about whether this comes off or not. Oh, joy. Alright, this is really nice. Really nice. Look at, you take the little hoosies out and they all stick to you. I think I saw one time, y'all let me know. Y'all always know more than I do. Some of you, about everything I do. There's something I saw that you're supposed to wipe these little tiny pieces off on it. Oh, this is working so good. Now, I'll tell you the hard part. I'll show you the hard part. How about that? At least it has been for me. All right, so here's my sign. there's my sign. See? I could rub it off right on my blouse. Now, good Lord. So the thing is, you have to get this off of this paper and on to the box. So what you have to do is you have to put this sticky tape. You understand it's sticky on the back. That's why everything's sticking to me in my fingers, see? So I have to stick the tape to the top, and then the tape will lift these letters off. Now, I have done this a few times, and I have found it practically impossible to get the tape to stick. But we'll see. So you have to have a box that says transfer tape. And in my box where the transfer tape is, I have my instructions. Now, I'm not going to read them because hopefully I remember them. Oh, yes, Joy. I don't know. I might not remember them. I might not. All right. Now, the tape has a backing on it. You know, it has to have a backing on it or it would stick, the whole roll would stick to itself. So you put that down and you take the backing off. So now you just have this plastic with the grid on it. And the grid's wonderful because it helps you place it. So I'm going to put that grid on here so it's straight lines. I'll show it to you. See? It's a straight line under fused. The rest of it, I don't know, I guess it's crooked, but I don't care. So then you take your, I've got these little black pieces stuck to everything here. Get off of me. I'm going to look like I have black warts. Good grief. You don't have to worry about the stuff sticking once you get it off of here. Okay, so what you do is you rub. You rub, rub, rub. And you would think, hey, it's tape. Rub it like that. I'm going to tell you, if it comes off, I'm going to be so surprised. The F came off. The U came off. They're almost coming off. Wow, that's the easiest I've ever had it do. I mean, I've taken fingernail files and rubbed it down. And they say if you pull it off at an angle, that sometimes it works better. So, I don't know how well you can see this, but I'm sure you can get the idea. Well, now the tape is completely stuck to the top of my table. Oh, Julie. Yes, it's coming off. This is the easiest I have ever had this work, and it's probably because it's quality vinyl. See, so now it's stuck to the tape. So now, there's no ironing involved here. No ironing. So I'm going to cut the tape down a little bit. I've got some non-stick scissors somewhere. This is not them. I just picked some alphabet in my Scan and Cut. The Scan and Cut has alphabets, and you just pick one. And I made this all caps. I didn't have to. So you take your box, or whatever it is you're putting it on. You know, I could put it on the closet. See here, I put, did you reverse it? That's exactly how I did it, just like this. So I'm going to put this in here. I measured, so it better fit. Well, if I cut the fused away, it might go up in that space. Let's try that. Just because you've done it before doesn't mean you remember exactly how to do it, unless you do it every day. Like, I don't need anybody to help me type or help me drive a car. My fingers know how to type more than my brain does. So I stuck that in there. It should have been a little bit smaller, but it wasn't. So now here you go again. And it's the rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. And you just keep doing it. And you rub. Because now you got to get the tape off the top of the letters, you see. So hopefully this works good. I probably should have made white letters, but I'm kind of in a hurry. It's working easily. Oh, see, I got the CPS. The CPS. That isn't going to work. We got to have all the other letters too. See what I mean? You just have to rub so hard. Because you're making the black letter. You're making the black letters that have the sticky on the back of them stick down. And you've got the tape on top and it sticks down too. It seemed kind of counterproductive to me. Alright, now if you don't hold it in front of a camera, it seems to work just a little better. Ah! Now see, the bee didn't come off. Now we'll come back over here. See if we can do a little bit this way. Nope, that's not behaving. The D, am I in your view? The F, oops, the F does not want to stay behind. Alright, let me do some more rubbing. We will do more rubbing. The one F for fabric is being very difficult, so you look and see what you got. That might be a rub-a-dub-dub tool. Let's try that. Now this is a project of patience, let me tell you. You can't get frustrated, and there's nothing wrong with the product. If you have issues, it's probably your patience. So here's the tape, all the letters are gone. The letters are stuck. Now, if I want to get these letters off of this in the future, if you get a hairdryer and you'll heat them up, they'll come off easily. Now, I haven't tried that yet, but I've heard it. Yeah, I wish I'd used white instead of black. But there's my project. That's my first project of the morning. And my scraps are already in there. So this is going down here for future reference. And I can read it good. So the next thing you want to do always is put things back where they go. Because if you don't, you'll have so many things here you won't know what goes where. And always something wants to fall on the floor. This is that topper that I'm going to make someday. Yeah. Get your trash. Throw it away. Here's one of my butterflies, all the pieces. I'm done with it. He turned out really good, that butterfly did. Okay, we're going to turn this off. Ta-da! We're going to put that back there. We're going to close that. And we're going to put those there, and we're going to put that there. And we're going to see if this works better than, I have one I'm going to throw away, and I'm not sure if this is, no, this looks like a good one. I want to see if this sprays like a cloud instead of like a stream of water, so that's why it's out. So I have to go. I'll be back. Well, good Wednesday morning, my friends. Not so good for my friend Philly. You know, she's caring for a very sick husband. And you know, they're only 70. Philly was 70 yesterday. And I think he's the same age. But he didn't remember her birthday. He couldn't remember where the lever was on the, probably a seat lift chair. And at 1:30 in the morning, he woke up with blood where blood should not be, and very confused. And so she took him to the ER, and I think that they're going to admit him to the hospital today. So, very sad, very hard getting old. You know, I have a hard time fighting thoughts of what if, what if, what if. Oh, it is so hard. But then I heard, who did I hear say this? Oh, Bernina Jeff. I was watching Bernina Jeff yesterday, and he said that he invented this little, well, it's just this little pink thing you pop the needle plate off your machine with, because one of his customers is 97 and still sewing, but her fingers weren't allowing her to lift that needle plate, foot plate maybe it's called, off of her machine. So I said, yes, Lord, still sewing at 97, and Jerry's gonna still be here playing on his bulldozer. Oh, oh, aging is hard. And when one loses the other, it's just such a heartache. I don't know how you ladies who have lost your husbands, I don't know how you get past it. I guess it's all a matter of time is what it is. But right now, I have Philly with a very sick husband, and I have a very good friend who's very sick. And both of them younger than I am. So it's hard for them, of course. But you know, the thing is, once the spouse actually does die, and if the spouse is a Christian and ready to die, then everything's great for the spouse. Everything's great for the one who passes first. But the one left behind, that's the one that really has the heavy burden on their heart. So I think you ladies that have lost your loved ones are just the bravest people in the world. And I pray that Philly doesn't lose her hubby right now. Okay, what am I doing? Well, we were getting all ready to do the embroidery tomorrow, but of course with Raji in the hospital, his name's Roger. I call everybody something other than their name, sorry. With him in the hospital, then of course Phyllis is not going to be Zooming with me tomorrow, so I'm just going to put all that aside, and I'm going to finish the one I just showed you yesterday. I'll put the sleeves in this and hem the bottom, and then I'll have 2 new little t-shirts that are fun to wear. Okay? And I got a comment this morning, somebody had watched an old video I made, I think it was 2019, talking about the difference between Sure Fit Designs and Fit Nice, and I was wearing this, and somebody said, you need to find that top and wear it, it looks really good on you. So here it is. My tops, I have so many of them. I've made just dozens and dozens. And you know, they get squished in the closet. And if part of it's not sticking out where you can see it, you just forget it. You just forget it's there. So I just decided that since I don't have the Zoom coming up with Philly tomorrow, I think I'm going to pin on the kitty quilt this morning and see if I can't start getting that ready to finish my husband's birthday present before his next birthday gets here. So that's what's going on today here in Snippetville. So here I am in my new top with the pink heart. Now I have a tip for you. If you ever see this kind of knit somewhere, don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's horrible to sew. It's horrible to embroider. It curls in the middle, it curls on the sides, it curls on the edges, it curls on the non-edges. Well, what kind of knit is it? I wish I knew. But I can tell you, ITY knits are not like this. Cotton knits are not like this. I don't know what this is, but it's very like an old man's undershirt, kinda. See, it's very thin. It stretches way far. Maybe that's the problem. Look, I think I figured out what's wrong with it. Stretch it, and it doesn't recover. That's why this is a bad knit. When you stretch it, it doesn't go back to where it was. That's what's wrong with this. So whatever it is, if you're in the store and you see this on the bolt, go up to it, take its edge, not 2 of them, 1 of them, fold it kind of 3 or 4 inches up and pull it as far as it'll go. See how far this stretches? And you can see now it droops. It doesn't recover. Let me try the other side and do a measurement. You can't do this in the store. They won't let you measure. All right, so let's take, and don't start at the edge. Start here in the middle, not at the edge. So here I'm in the middle, here I'm in the middle, and it's folded up. So I'm going to take 10 inches, and I'm going to see how far it stretches. It stretches to 19. So this is almost 50% stretch, or 100%. It's almost 100% stretch. And then after it's stretched, it just doesn't go back. So that's what's wrong with this. So this is going, I will send that to my friend, Sherry Marie, because she's not going to embroider it, and she's just going to make tiny little doll clothes with it. And it's beautiful knit. I love to wear it. I love to wear it. It's soft. It feels good. I really like, you know, the way it feels. I've got 2 of them now. But that's how you know if the knit is not going to be cooperative. Stretch it. If it goes all the way back to where it was, I should have measured that, shouldn't I? Well, you can't, because I'd have to pull it out straight because it's all, just, you'll know. Don't tell me I have more of it. Evidently about 27.5 yards of it. I've got more of it. No! Oh my goodness, maybe I'll do a Mishu Makes and dye it. But I don't know, I might go ahead and make one more and embroider it with something, because I do like wearing it. And with the steam-a-seam too, you know, to put down for the hems and the sleeves and the neck and everything. You saw me do the neck. You're going to find loose threads on your quilts forever. So I'm going to wind up this snippet video right now. I haven't heard back from Philly to know if they have admitted Roger or not, but I'm pretty sure that they will. And I'm just keeping by my phone to see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and wind up this video of my snippets, and I'm going to go back to trying to organize. You know, since I'm not going to do Zoom with Philly tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and organize, because we're taking a trip next week. We are, and it's not to National Indoor RV Center. No, we're actually going to go visit one of the friends I made because of my YouTube channel. And so Jerry and I are very excited. They're our age, and I'm hoping her hubby and my hubby hit it off. They can talk business or something. He golfs and Jerry fishes, so I don't know how you put those 2 hobbies together. We'll figure it out. I'm sure everybody eats, so we can have lots of talking and eating involved. I'm going to let you go for now. I'll see you next time.